the mentality of this team with not just 1 and 3 to start the conference play, but the first 2 to come on the road, 2 to 3 to come on the road? I mean, what kind of a feather is that in this team's cap right now, do you think?
I think it was an emphasis for us approaching SEC play. It was an emphasis for us. Coach Fig made a great point. I think he said it's imperative that we win our road games. Obviously, you want to protect the home court, but he said for every away game you lose, we got to win at least 2 home games to make up for it. So we kind of didn't take that lightly, and we try to make sure that every time we play on the road, we play as hard as possible to get the opportunity to win.
I know you guys take every game 1 game at a time, but is there a thought that it would be nice to have a clean SEC record going into that big Kentucky-Florida swing?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, we take every game at 1 game at a time, but, we're confident. We want to make sure that we play every game the right way so that we can win. I think, guys have been doing a great job preparing for the games and the SEC play. And, personally, Sandarius, and Justin have been on the other side of it, coming in 0-3 the SEC play, so we wanted to kind of change it up a bit.
Duane, talk about your focus. I know your shot hasn't been going down, probably like in the past month, but the attention to detail on defense and just making an impact in other areas of the game. How big is that for you, while you're in your slump?
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty about the sport. There's so many things you can do on the court that don't just mean, making shots. There's a lot of things that go into, being a basketball player. So if my shot's not falling out, I make sure I still am able to, contribute to the team, whether it's on defense or offense, making plays or making plays on defense. So just staying aggressive and, keeping the same preparation with my shot, and hopefully, I'll still continue to shoot the ball well.
Based on how you've shot the ball the last couple of games, do you think you've finally shaken your shooting problems you had?
I think so. I don't try to think too hard about it. The main goal is to win the game. It's not about how many points I score. It would be nice for me to get some of those shots to fall, but just watching film and talking to some of the coaches, I'm just we try to do everything in our power to make the ball go down, but when it doesn't fall, it doesn't fall.
Were you able to pinpoint any problem why your shot wasn't going down there for several games? Was it just a mechanics issue? Was it just the ball just wasn't dropping? Or
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I've been shooting extra on my own like I always have. Sometimes I've been off balance. Sometimes the balls come off my hand the wrong way. The catches that I have, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Nothing that I think we're not able to tackle as a team going forward.
Do you watch a lot of film with your shooting motion to figure out what was going on?
Yeah, I watch a lot of extra film, especially being regarded as, I guess, a shooter. The closeouts have been quicker, so I think my time and window for me to get shots off has been a little smaller. So I just have to work on just getting the shot off quicker and having cleaner catches.
Duane, describe this team's defensive principles. I know you guys like to deny the ball on perimeter passes, but just what are the actual principles when you get to a defensive crouch?
I think it's just be aggressive as possible. I think, one thing Frank always talks about is if we don't play well, at least we play hard. One thing we can't do is not play hard. If we don't play well, we got to make sure we still keep the intensity on defense. Shots don't go in, that means we still got to play the game.
Is it more of a concentration on rebounding, on denying the pass, or maybe stealing the ball up top?
It's never stealing the ball. We don't want to gamble. That's not our thing. Our thing is to just make sure we protect the paint. I think that's the biggest thing, is protect the paint, know the scouting report, close out on shooters, and like you said, there's an emphasis on rebounds. I know some games we've been out-rebounded, and I think those are the games that we lose. So just game rebounding, even with guards, and just making sure we keep the ball in front of us, especially the ball at half court.
And also, last year you guys had a bad problem on closing out on three-point shooters. Collapse on the inside, they kick out. What has been the emphasis this year to try to lock down on those guys?
Like I said, knowing our scouting reports. I think, when we leave shooters open, it's a lack of mental focus. But when we get the rotations right, and we get on our shooters and we protect the paint, I think we're a great defensive team.
So what's the scouting report then on Ole Miss? What are some of the challenges? I know they haven't played great basketball the entire season, but what are some of the challenges you guys are bracing for tomorrow?
They have a lot of athletes. They have a lot of size. Saeed's obviously a great player. And then, just the fact that they play 1-3-1 the whole game is a little bit of switch from the teams we've been playing in the past who have been more man-orientated or just been 2-3 orientated. So we just got to go into the game having a game plan for the 1-3-1 and also just, worry about, getting the ball inside and defending the transition because they have a lot of good athletes that like to get on and run.
For you, is there always a greater sense of urgency with every game, knowing this is kind of your last season and you don't want to leave anything left up in the air like, oh, I could have done more?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Sandarius and Justin have a running joke going on Similar to how Kobe had the little farewell tour. Every time we go on the road, we talk about this is our last time playing here, so we got to make sure we come out and play hard. So I think that's also contributed to the way we've been playing.
Do you feel you should get like farewell tour gifts from the fans or something? Like,
Nah, I don't think it should be that far. It's more like an inside joke. Every time the three of us are just huddling up, we talk about, man, this is the last time we're going to be in this arena. So it's kind of like our mini farewell tour. Yeah, I think that's why we've been able to kind of capitalize on playing on the road.
So do you have a checklist of things you want to accomplish in this year? Like when you go on the road, like say a win at Kentucky, like do you guys have like a bucket list of things you need to do?
We definitely do. I think, we try to win every game, obviously. But it would be nice to go undefeated on the road. There's some places that we haven't won at, like you just said, Kentucky on the road. I don't think we played at Florida since our freshman year. So it would be cool to kind of play in their new arena and get a win over there. So just things like that we obviously keep track of.
Going back to rebounding, I know Ole Miss is a really good rebounding team. They have the leading rebounder. How much has that been a focus?
Not just Ole Miss. I think every team in general, we kind of just been working on getting practice time to kind of work on our rebounding. And I don't think we can solely put it on the bigs. I think us guards have to come down there and help them out, get some rebounds. Me, PJ, Justin, and guys that can come in, get 3, 4, 5 rebounds a game to kind of help out with the rebounding problems.
Duane, talk about the defensive intensity of this team. I believe in SEC play, you guys are forcing 20-plus turnovers. What can you pinpoint the success on the defensive end?
I think just pride. We just take pride in that. There's times where we can go, a week or so practicing just defense, and I think that just kind of shows how intense we are. We take our defense seriously, and the principles are something that we always like to clean up and make sure that we stay on top of, so that whatever team we play against, we're able to kind of enforce our will against them.
You got Sin back for 3 games now. How seamless has that been, or has there been any adjustment in having him back now?
Like I said before, not really an adjustment because he's been practicing. When he wasn't playing, he was still practicing. So it's nice to have him back out there because you can obviously see the chemistry. I love playing with him and playing with him for 4 years. The team loves him around because he's a great vocal leader and a leader by example. So it obviously shows, and you can tell he's been waiting to come back and he's been hungry and he's been playing well. So he's going to keep it up and we're going to keep preparing to play with him.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it.